What's up everybody, Will Simpson here with Exploring Photography, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today I'm editing photos. I asked you guys on Instagram and TikTok to send me photos, and wow, oh my gosh, let me tell you, I got so many photos, and I thank every single one of you who sent a photo and sent me one of your pieces of art, because honestly that's what it is. It takes a lot of courage to do that, to have me edit your photos and put my spin on it. So I want to thank every single person who sent in a photo. I'm sorry I could only pick a few of you guys, but I do think I'm going to make this a series. I think we'll do this maybe once a month or once every other month. I'm not exactly sure. So if you don't already, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, because that's where I will announce and request you guys to send me photos. For now, what we're going to do is I have some photos here that we're going to edit. The first photo, and quick disclaimer, I apologize immediately for all of the butchery of names that I will probably do. I'm terrible with names, but you know, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put each person's name that I received, including their Instagram and TikTok handle, for each photo. That way you guys can go show them some love and say, hey, saw you on Will's YouTube channel, good job, and show them awesome love. But without further ado, let's get started. First one we're gonna do is by someone named Chris.el. I assume that's Crystal. I'm gonna throw up their information up on the screen so you guys can go check them out. This photo, I loved this photo. It was just the composition, the framing, the being a dancer. I love seeing these. I'm a big fan of taking photos of dancers, so it really caught my eye right in the beginning, but I just loved the way this one was framed. I actually didn't do too much with it. The first thing I did was I started with my preset altitude, which I thought gave it a nice style to it. And then I framed it, I cropped it a little, straightened it out, and added a few graduated filters here and there. I did a luminance mask on this to put the darkness behind because I wanted to keep the church bright. I added a radio filter to do a kind of a makeshift sun, bright light at the top, and then I just highlighted her. Now, after I finished editing this, I kept looking at it and was like, you know, this needs something more. So I didn't do this part, I didn't record this part, but I added some leaves. So here's the before, and then here is the after. And again, all of these photos are my specific style, so just remember that. Like, the photos are great, and if you don't like the edit, well, that's okay too. It's my style, but I hope you guys love these edits. So let's get on to the next one. This next one, obviously, it's a dog, and I love dogs, big fan. So this one here is this great dog at the beach. The first thing I did is I cropped it, and then I adjusted the highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks, and then I wanted to remove the leash and the people in it. So I took it into Photoshop, removed the leash, the clip, the people, got rid of all of that. And then to create focus, I wanted to mask out the dog. So I did a mask, and then I did a path blur, directional blur on it to really pull you into the image. Did a basic color with my touch of blue preset, added some graduated filters to really pull your attention straight to there, and that was it. Simple as that. It was a great photo altogether. I just love the way it was taken, and yeah. So here's the before, and here's the after. It was an awesome photo. This one was really cool, by a lady named Lily QL. We're just gonna go with Lily. Great photo, Lily. Thanks for the submission. The next photo is by Michelle, and here's this great photo. I liked the way it looked, but I did a little bit of adjustment on highlights and lowlights. I then cropped it in to get rid of some of the negative space. Then I took it into Photoshop, and I did a little bit of skin touch-up using the healing brush tool. There's a trick that I use using a black and white layer, and then I take out the reds and a little bit of the yellows. It helps you clear up a lot of the blemishes. Didn't need much. Then I cleared up some of the stuff that was distracting above her head. After that, I took it into Camera Raw, did a few adjustments to put a little bit of a style on it, and then I felt that it needed some foreground, so I added some foreground light flares, which I think gave it that little extra that made a big difference. After that, I wanted to brighten her eyes up because she had very pretty eyes, so I wanted to make them a little bit more green. As you can see, it looks a little bit alien, so you lower the opacity of the effect to about 20%. And then I wanted to give her a little bit of red on her lips, so I adjusted that just to kind of give some more dimension to her face, and then a little bit of dodging and burning to create some contour. After that, I lower the contouring effect to just make it look a little bit more natural. took it back into Lightroom, applied some graduated filters to kind of pull the attention to her, and that was about it. It was a great photo, turned out awesome. Here's the before, and here is the after. Thank you so much, Michelle, for your submission. I hope you like the edit. Oh. Quick water break because that is a lot of talking. Let's continue. The next one is by Candy, and this was a great photo of graduation. I really like this photo. It was very simple, had some good leading lines with the path. I do personally wish that she was more centered in the path. I tried to correct that in editing, but it just didn't go so well, so I left it alone. So the first thing I did was I cropped it out a little just to kind of balance it, lowered the highlights and the shadows. One thing I wanted you guys to notice, all of these photos that I'm editing, all of them but one were a JPEG format. Now, if you haven't seen the video JPEG versus RAW, definitely go watch it after this. It goes over the difference between JPEGs and RAW. JPEGs are compressed files that give you limited information. So I'm assuming this file wasn't that big because you see these lines in the sky, that's what's called banding. It's when there's not enough data, and when you change the colors, it causes kind of a corruption in the file. That's why it's always super important to shoot RAW. If you're not sure what that is, again, go watch the JPEG and RAW video, but we'll continue with the edit here. So I didn't like that. So what I did was I brought it into Photoshop and I added a new sky. Plus, I thought it gave it a little bit more of the photo. And then I used the preset touch of blue. I softened the background. I kind of brightened and put clarity on the subject. And then I kind of did a little darkening around her to really pull focus to her, put a little graduated filter to create dimension, added a radial filter for a sun, and boom, there we go. There's the before, and there is the after. Thank you so much, Candy, for the submission. I hope you enjoyed the photo. Let's go on to the next one. This one is by a lady named Lynn, and with her photo, I immediately was attracted to this photo simply because it's a safari photo. The problem with this is the photo that I got was very small, and it was a JPEG again. It had very little data, so there was only so much I could do to it. So what I did was, the first thing, I cropped it to get in more. By the way, that reflection on the reflection there is her car hood, she told me, which I thought was brilliant. A nice little touch to the photo. Again, it's a very small file, so there was only so much I could do. So what we did was I cropped it in to get more of the look, and I thought it would look better black and white with silhouettes. I thought it would remove some of the flaws, some of the lower quality image aspects of it. So I turned it to black and white. I lowered the highlights, up the shadows, lowered the blacks, made a lot more contrast, put a little dehaze in it to clean it up. And then I did a little bit of a curves adjustment. Not too much, but it really made a big difference. Here, added a graduated filter to really pull your attention to the silhouettes, and that was it. It turned out to be a great photo. Here's the before, and here's the after. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Lynn, for the submission. Quick side note, if you notice the pixelation in the sped up editing videos, if you know how to fix that, comment below and let me know, because I honestly can't figure it out. I've searched for it and I just don't know how to do it. I screen record my Mac and I don't know how to fix it. So let me know in the comments below if you know how to fix it. Thanks. Okay, let's go on to the last one. This photo was submitted to me by Brandon, and he submitted the only raw photo, and I loved this photo, so I had some fun with it. So Brandon, thank you for the submission. Let's get into the edit. So the first thing I did was I cropped it to kind of bring it in a little bit more. Obviously the subject is the waterfall. I then added some clouds to the sky because I felt like it just needed some more mood to it. Then I did a little bit of color adjustment just to kind of balance the colors, and I really did not like the people in this. I'm sorry if that was you, but I removed you. And if it wasn't you, then I removed the people that got in the way of your shot. So I did a little copy and paste because I had trouble just kind of cleaning it up. So what I did was I copied the left side of the gate, flipped it, and then put it on the right side. And then I did a little touch and go to clean it up, removed her, and it was quite difficult. I had a little hard time figuring this one out, but once I got going, it was totally fine. Then once I got him removed, I was having a little difficulty here. So then I moved the piece that I had copied and flipped, and I moved it over to the right because I couldn't find enough information to make it look clean with her there. So I figure I was going to remove her with the flip layer and remove him with kind of rebuilding that gate part. So you can see here, just did a little bit of stamping, found some pieces that looked right, and then I went ahead and stamped them away, cleaned it up, made the new gate, and I think this looked so much better. It just made the image a lot more clean, and I don't think you can even tell. After that, brought it back into Lightroom, used my Touch of Blue preset on it. I did a lot of dodging and burning on this image on the water, increased the saturation to make the color of the water come out more. I then did some dodging and burning on the rocks to really make them pop. Dodging, darkening, burning, dodging, lightning, burning, darkening, and just gave it some more dimension, increased the saturation of the water, and added some graduated filters to really pull your attention in. But after that, I think it came out really good. Added some curves to really increase the contrast, darken this so your attention is really pulled to the waterfall. And after all that was said and done, here's the before, and here is the after. Brandon, awesome photo. I hope you enjoyed my edit. I do apologize if I edited you out, but I just thought the photo looked better without the people in it. Yeah. And that was it, guys. That was my edits for your photos. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, remember, these are just my takes on the photos. Everyone has their own style, and I really appreciate you submitting your photos to me and giving me that chance to edit your photos, and I hope I made you proud. If I did, or if you guys liked my edit, go ahead and comment below, like the video, and don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram because that's where I will put the announcements for the next episode of I Edit Your Photos. And well, that's it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. That was all the video. I got nothing else for you. Or do I? Hit that subscribe button if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, if you didn't close out of this video, here are some additional photos that I edited for you. Enjoy.